Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MotorMaster Monday. We are live here for the very first playoff race in the round of 8 here on NASCAR Heat 5. We are green for the NOSSCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 8 drivers still have a chance to clinch their spot into the Final Four and lock up that championship here for the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. It's the 6th annual season for the MotorMaster Series drivers in these Xfinity cars. 18 drivers started this race, 16 of them left on the racetrack, all 16 of them on the lead lap with a shot to still go on up there and win this race. Landon Jenkins won stage 1, and he's currently your race leader in the black and lime green number 10 Chevy Camaro, with Jordan Roughton, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Dustin Franklin, and Trey Hollywood picking up the rest of your stage 1 top 5 positions. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporter, the 2022 NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Alex Tesdahl. He's driving that 22 car out there, the white and green paint job. He's up in the top 10. He just barely missed the round of 8 here for the MotorMaster Series playoffs for the very first time in 3 years. Alex, it's a bit of a weird setting for you for this race. Normally you're used to being in the round of 8 and kind of sizing yourself up against the rest of the competition around you. How's your race going so far? What's it been like going into this race with a whole different perspective?
Yeah, like, on one hand it's kind of nice not to have to worry about the pressure of the playoffs, but on the other hand it does suck not to be part of the group anymore. But at this point, just focus on trying, I guess, chase that checkered flag. Still a few races to go. Maybe we can capture a win.
You're tied for the record for the most playoff appearances in the NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series with 3, so hopefully that does help your ego a little bit going forward. We do apologize that you didn't make the round of 8. We totally understand how that does suck, and we wish you the best of luck here for your last 4 races of the season.
Thank you.
And right now, Landon Jenkins still leads, Jordan Roughton in second, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in third. The whole top 5 has not changed. Dustin Franklin right there as well, and Trey Hollywood in the 92. Now you see a couple of drivers trying to break their way up inside of the top 5. That includes Dustin Hardy in the 44, Connor Brown in the 39. They run 6th and 7th. Josh Colin-Diaz in the 7 car, another round of 8 driver, runs an 8. Aiden Cody in the 16, trying to take 9th from Alex Tesdahl. Aiden, one of the round of 8 drivers. Alex was eliminated in the round of 12, and then just barely outside of the top 10, you have Sean Lucas in the 51, another playoff driver in the round of 8, and Emily Sari, the Canadian driver, who was eliminated in the round of 16. She's driving the red and white number 54 Toyota with her teammate Timmy Brown in the 19, and another teammate, Jesse Carlson, in the 20, just behind her, running 13th and 14th. That is a bit of a field summary for you. Gives you a bit of an update on where some of your favorite drivers are currently scored for the NOSSCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas. We are working stage 2. There's Jordan Roughton. Picked up a win earlier this season. Also got a win in the Truck Series this year. He's had a very solid 2023. Jordan Roughton, of course, though, was eliminated in the round of 12, along with Chris Ryan, Charles Jackson, and Alex Tesdahl. So really he's out here just trying to go on out and get these wins, those stage wins, those pole awards. He's trying to get statistics for these final 4 races of the season on NASCAR Heat 5. And now somehow Landon Jenkins has been able to put some distance between himself and the rest of the field. It's about 6 car lengths once they get to the straightaways. Jordan Roughton scored in second, trying to use the draft with Dustin Franklin, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., and others, but just can't seem to get the run that he wants. And now he's actually kind of defending and having to defend against Dustin Franklin. Dustin taking a look to the inside. Dustin, one of our round of 8 drivers. He's not going to be waiting on anybody here in this one. Round of 8 drivers currently run 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th, as well as 8th, 9th, and 11th. One of our round of 8 drivers, Aaron Garcia, he'll be here later tonight 11 wins for him this season. He drives the number 9 Chevy Camaro. He'll be here later tonight at Phoenix International Raceway for the second playoff race in the round of 8 and our main event of the evening. And I really do think that if these drivers in this group here can kind of get single file, they might have something to run down Landon Jenkins before the end of this stage, but it's going to take some organization here, and it's just something that we haven't seen out of this group, and you're right. And a big crash on the front straightaway. Dustin Franklin in the 07 was the one that spun. He hit the outside wall. Another car might have bounced off of him in the process. And a good save by the rest of the drivers to miss all of that. Josh Colombiez in the 7 went through the grass a little bit. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. went through the grass a little bit, and a couple of cars made a great save, and we stay green here in Stage 2, but it's a heartbreaker for one of our round of 8 drivers, Dustin Franklin. Dustin finished 4th in Stage 1, 2 extra points for his point total. But now that he's got this damage and he's lost the draft with that group, he's definitely not going to get stage points here in Stage 2 unless we see a caution. And we see a couple of other cars with damage after this one. Alex Tesdall, our in-race reporter, is one of them. Alex, looks like you were a little too close to that one when it occurred, and when it started, had nowhere to go, I'm assuming?
Yeah, when the 07 got spun around, he came back down the track across me, and I had absolutely nowhere to go. And caught the inside wall pretty hard.
Yeah, we're sorry to hear that and see that. I knew that one car made contact with Dustin Franklin. I just wasn't sure who it was, and evidently it was your 22 Ford Mustang. Hopefully you can rebound from this long way to go.
Yeah.
Actually, while we have you here, how many laps do you have scored for us left in Stage 2?
5 to go.
Perfect, thank you. I'm glad I asked. Wow, only 5 laps to go. They click off quickly here, especially when you get caught up rambling and talking about all the statistics and accomplishments these drivers have and what they're fighting for out there on the racetrack. Oh, and there's contact there. Jordan Roughton and Dustin Hardy. Dustin Hardy in the 44 is going to lose a number of positions. He's going to go from 2nd all the way back to outside of the top 5. He's still right there with this group, but it looks like Jordan Roughton got a little bit aggressive there trying to take that position away. 4 laps to go for the leaders in Stage 2. Connor Brown in the 39 car. The highest he's run all race long is right now scored in 3rd. He's got his good buddy Aiden Cody just behind him running in 4th. And the difference between those two is Connor Brown is not one of your round of 8 playoff drivers in the 39, but the 16 of Aiden Cody, he is. So you might see some collaboration there between those two. You might see.
Sorry to interrupt. This time by was 4 to go. I miscounted.
Oh, that's completely okay. Thank you. And yeah, you might see Connor Brown give that spot to the 16 of Aiden Cody simply to give him 1 extra stage point here in Stage 2. But then again, time will tell. We've been surprised before. Josh Colombiez in the 7 car did not get any stage points in Stage 1. And he comes into the round of 8 just 1 point above the cut line. So he could really use a couple of points here in Stage 2. 3 laps to go for your leaders. Landon Jenkins in the 10 car still leads. He's out there on his own. Having a great run.
Car slow in turn 3.
Yeah,
who it is.
I just saw that. It's Rush Downing in the number 90 car. He has a win here in NASCAR in the NASCAR Outlaw Series on Wreckfest. No wins in his NASCAR Heat career. He's come close a couple of times. Had a great run in the truck race at Eldora, even went all the way up there and got stage points in 2 of the 4 stages we hosted at Eldora in the truck race. And not the start to the race he was looking for in this one. The good news for him is there's only now 2 laps remaining before we see the green and white checkered flags. Rush Downing will be able to catch back up with the rest of the field, along with Dustin Franklin and Alex Tesdall.
I believe the 9, or no, he is on the lead lap. Alright, I thought he was the only one a lap down, but as long as I stay in front of that leader, everyone stays on the lead lap.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the white flag has been shown to the leaders.
Yes.
Alright, and yeah, much to my amazement, Alex, like you just mentioned, everybody is still on the lead lap. All the drivers who started this race have a shot to win this race still. And they're battling hard for these stage points. A lot of these drivers in this pack are round of 8 playoff drivers. You can see that Connor Brown in the 39, he lifted and gave way to all of them. And Landon Jenkins in the 10 is long in front of this group. He will win stage 2. Jordan Roughton will finish second. Josh Colm-Diaz is going to snag third. Aiden Cody got fourth, and it was a 2 or 3 wide battle for the 5th and final stage point. And don't forget to pit Alex, but whenever you can you tell us who finished in 4th and 5th?
CWI and Hollywood.
10-4, thank you. I knew it was close, and I keep notes over here, and I try to add up the points a little bit as I go, and I wasn't sure who got those final stage points. It was a war, and I think it's going to be exactly that way all the way down to the finish line, to the checkered flag. I think nobody's going to give an inch, especially in this final stage, knowing that they don't have another guaranteed stoppage for a caution. If we go green the rest of the way, you're going to want the best track position you possibly can get in order to get up there and try to challenge for the lead, challenge for the win, and stay in the draft with the leaders once they start to try to drive away. Restart zone they come, and the green flag back in the air. Final stage for the NOSSCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's round 33 of the 2023 NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series season, and the first playoff race in the round of 8.
On the restart, the 20 pulled over and let everyone through. He's way back.
And a very courteous move there by Jesse Carlson. He's got 3 wins this season. He would have been a part of the playoffs if he didn't step away from full-time competition and giving up his playoff spot. And doing a very nice move there, letting the field go and battle it out here in the final stage. He knows what's at stake. He's made the Final Four before in a couple of different series here in NOSSCAR. Jesse Carlson has in the 20. And a perfect race so far for Landon Jenkins in the 10 car. 3 wins for him this season. The second-seeded driver in the playoffs all throughout the postseason, and now he finds himself running up front and having a good day. We got a big crash on the front straightaway. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Dustin Hardy, Trey Hollywood, and we are going to have a caution. Wow, what a parking lot over there. This was just at the entrance to turn 1. Timmy Brown had a piece of it there. Ethan Hoekstra, a lot of damage. Dustin Franklin, Trey Hollywood, Dustin Hardy, Sean Lucas, Rush Downing. A number of drivers involved in this one, and we are under caution for the very first time in this race for an on-track incident. Alex, it's been a very clean race, much to our surprise, both of us, up until this point. Did you see what happened there?
All I saw is Hollywood go sideways in front of the field. I don't know what caused it, and then big pile up, and I got a small piece of it, but the car's okay.
And I guarantee you got less damage than most of these others, so you should be quite all right. And wow, you're going to jump all the way up to the front row for this restart alongside Landon Jenkins in the 10. Green flag is back in the air, and we're rolling again here in the final stage for the NOSSCAR Gaming 300 Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We can tell that the level of urgency has picked up, and it's only going to keep picking up as we get closer and closer to the checkered flag waving. A lot on the line for these round of 8 playoff drivers. Most of them are running inside the top 10 right now. 18 drivers started this race, 16 of them left on the racetrack, all of them on the lead lap with a shot to win. Oh, and Hollywood just smashed off of somebody on the front straightaway there. It kind of looked like it was either the 51 of Sean Lucas or maybe the 44 of Dustin Hardy. Either way, they all kept it going. They are rolling still. Emily Sari gave a bump draft to the 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz, that most recent time by. Emily all the way up in the top 10. Remember, she was eliminated in the round of 16. She's just trying to come on out here and have some good finishes in the top 5 and top 10. And they are battling for the lead in front of this pack, but it's hard to take our cameras off of this battle here because they are 3 and 4 wide, just barely inside the top 10 all the way throughout. And we have a new leader for the very first time since stage 1, and it's Jordan Roughton in the 18 car. He was eliminated in the round of 12. He's got to win this year. He's looking to make it 2. And at this point, guys, whenever you do get eliminated in the playoffs, it's almost like a light switch flips. You've got nothing to lose at that point. Might as well go for it. And we've got a big problem on the front straightaway. Alex Tesdall bumped into the right rear of another car. I don't know if they came up into him or if he came down or if it was a mix of both. We'll ask him. Alex, how's the car? What happened there?
Car's alright. 16 legs, big time, and I turned down to try to miss him and clipped the 7.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought I saw that. I was just wondering maybe what the reason was for it, and that makes total sense. Hopefully you can get back up there, but it kind of looks like you need a caution at this point, or you need another big pile-up. And while we have you here, how many laps do you have left on your ticker there?
We have 44 laps, or 54 laps to go.
And safe to say that we're going to need to make one scheduled pit stop if we stay green from here?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. And great battles going on all throughout this field. Landon Jenkins in the 10 has taken the lead back. He's got Aiden Cody, his teammate, up there in second, running the high line. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. was involved in the most recent caution. He's worked his way all the way back up into third now. He's one of our round of 8 playoff drivers. And he's a teammate to Jordan Roughton in the 18. And you can tell there might have been a little bit of teamwork there. It looked like Jordan in the 18 lifted a little bit and let the red, black, and blue number 61 Toyota Supra of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. jump into line, take the preferred line going into the next corner. Whoa! And Jeffrey got a great run underneath the 16 of Aiden Cody, trying to take second place away, but he looked like he missed the corner just a little bit, went up and into the side of the number 16 car. They both almost went up the hill and lost second and third spots to drivers like Dustin Hardy and Jordan Roughton, who were right behind him waiting to pounce. And a great save by all of them. Great job by those drivers to hold on to it. This puts Jeffrey Robinson Jr. all the way up into second, but because of that minor contact, Aiden Cody is now dropped all the way back to the 9th position as of right now. Excuse me, check that. Make that 11 as he slots just in front of Emily Sari in the 54. Now look at how close Jeffrey got to the back bumper of the 10 car in turns 3 and 4. He's heard this song before. He's seen Landon Jenkins drive away from the rest of the field a couple of different times in this race. He's seen it done by Landon Jenkins at a couple of different racetracks this season as well. And he's trying his best to stay right there on the bumper of the 10 car and not let him get away. Whoa! And
reckon, maybe?
Nope. They were thinking about it. Jordan Roughton in the 18 did a great save over there on the back straightaway, and he's going to come back up onto the racetrack and merge with the traffic. We're going to stay green. That was very close. You saw that too. Hey, Alex, that was... I had to hold my breath, and I'm up here in the broadcast booth. I can only imagine how these drivers on the racetrack work. And the battle for the lead is on. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. wasting no time. They actually started to drive away from the drivers running third on back, but instead of using that gap to their advantage and taking it easy, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is going to go for it. He almost leads this lap. The crossover move was textbook applied there by Landon Jenkins in the 10. He will retake the lead as they go into turn 1. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 has worked his way up to third. Trey Hollywood now in the 92 runs in fourth. Got stage points. Hollywood did in both of the stages. So did Dustin Franklin in the 07, and now Dustin scored in fifth. He's working his way back forward as well. Dustin Hardy runs 6th. Jesse Carlson runs 7th. Connor Brown running 8th. Ethan Hoekstra running in 9th. Rounding out the top 10 at this time is Aiden Cody in the 16. That is your current top 10. Emily Sari in the 54 runs in 11th. And she's right there with these drivers as well. Sean Lucas in the 51, one of our round of 8 playoff drivers, running in the 12th position. 16 lead lap cars, 16 cars left on track. All of them have a shot to win. Some of them have lost the draft with the lead group and will need a caution if they want to get back into this thing. But everyone out there doing a great job here in the final stage. The 6th annual season here for the NASCAR MotorMaster Series and the Xfinity cars on NASCAR Heat. And round 33 of the season here. 4 more races, including this one, until we crown a 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion. And a reminder, folks, Aaron Garcia in the 9 car not in this race. He will be here later tonight for the Phoenix race, main event of the evening. 11 wins this season for the driver of the 9, Aaron Garcia. 3 wins for your current race leader, Landon Jenkins, driver of the 10. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. going to the inside looking for the lead, and he's going to do it. And as soon as he made the move, that's when Josh Colombias in the 7 car caught them. Now he's going to go with the 61 as well. All 3 of these drivers are round of 8 playoff contenders. Trey Hollywood in 4th, Dustin Franklin in 5th, also both of them round of 8 playoff contenders. Aiden Cody in the 16 has worked his way back up into 8th place, so another round of 8 playoff contender. And it's great to see Jeffrey Robinson Jr. leading some laps here. A very strong mile-and-a-half program. Finally captured that first career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series win earlier this season. Looking to do the same here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Jeffrey now holds 2 NASCAR wins on a NASCAR Heat game, one of them being in the Truck Series, one of them being in the Legend Series. And if he can notch one off here in the MotorMaster Series, all he needs to do is find victory lane for the first time in the Platinum Cup Series this year to become the 17th different Triple Crown winner in NASCAR history, holding a win in Platinum Cup, MotorMaster, and Trucks on a NASCAR Heat game. The top 8 are all in the draft with each other in this lead group. For a little while, it kind of looked like the 61 and the 7 and the 10 were going to drive away from the rest of the group, but everyone is right there now. 6 of these top 8 are round of 8 playoff contenders, and one other one, Jesse Carlson, he would have been if he didn't step away from full-time competition and give up that playoff spot. And now in-race reporter Alex Tesdall letting us know pit stops have begun here in the final stage, and the first one to come to pit road is Ethan Hoekstra, the driver of the 68 Chevy Camaro. Picked up 2 wins in the NASCAR Novice Cup Series last year in 2022. Rush Downing in the 90 car, former race winner on Wreckfest with us in the NASCAR Outlaw Series, coming in for service, and these are scheduled pit stops if I'm not mistaken. I guess maybe we should confirm that, especially when we have an in-race reporter. Alex, what do you think of these pit stops? A little early, or are they right on cue?
They're a bit early. They ain't making it from here.
That's interesting.
Probably want to try to get to at least another 5 to have a shot at making it on 1.
And 4. And so far, the top 8 all stay on the racetrack. We're keeping our cameras on the battle for the lead and for the win here at Las Vegas. And if I had to strike a guess, I would say we have about 35 laps remaining here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll get confirmation from Alex Tesdall whenever he has a moment.
Oh, they're wrecking on the back.
Oh. And Emily Seri in the 54 is involved. The 90 of Rush Downing as well, but I believe that she had help. There was another slow car over there with some damage. I just couldn't quite tell who it was. And we have a caution on the racetrack for an on-track incident for the 2nd time here tonight in the NASCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This one comes in the final stage. And did this caution trap those 2 cars 1 lap down?
It might have. XD and Rock are both stuck off the lead lap.
Yeah, that's a shame. Both drivers had pretty good speed here tonight at Las Vegas.
XD does get the free pass, though.
Ah, okay. So Ethan Hoekstra back on the lead lap with this caution. And this will trap Rush Downing 1 lap down with this caution. Unless he chooses to take a wave around, he could have chosen not to pit. We'll have to see. The green flag has been shown. We are racing again here at Las Vegas. Let us know how many laps to go whenever you can, Alex.
25 to go.
And we can make it from here, right?
On fuel, yes. Tires will be iffy.
Interesting. Coming out of turn 2, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. still the leader, 25 laps remaining. Destin Franklin right behind him in the 07, and he's going to waste little time. He takes a look to the inside. Jeffrey carried so much speed going into turns 3 and 4 this time by, but Destin couldn't stay alongside him, and they will exit single file. Those two cars will anyways, because here comes Landon Jenkins. Ooh, there was a little bit of contact there between the 07 and the 10. Landon went way down the hill trying to hold on to his car. This has been one of those Jeffrey Robinson Jr. kind of races, man. It very well could be the night that he gets that very first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win, and what a time it would be to finally capture the win and park it in victory lane. It would punch his ticket into the championship 4 at Phoenix, or excuse me, at Homestead rather, without having to worry at all about Phoenix or Martinsville.
Looks like they almost wrecked again.
Yeah, we talked about this lots, Alex. The level of urgency always picks up as the race goes along. Once the final stage begins, there's a whole lot more take and a lot less give. And I think we're starting to see some of that here, especially as the laps wind down. Everybody wants to park it in victory lane and pick up a win here in NASCAR. Everybody wants to punch their ticket into the round of 8 if they can. And for drivers that are a little bit deeper back in the field, they're setting the bar a little bit lower, I'm sure. They're aiming for those top 5 finishes. Everybody's trying to get the best results they possibly can here in these last 4 MotorMaster races of the season. For some of them, it's a contract year. They're looking for a new ride for 2024. Others have already locked up a new ride for 2024 or have simply re-signed with the current car they are driving. Three wide for the race lead. Trey Hollywood trying to go up the middle. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. stuck on the outside. Landon Jenkins down on the bottom. Did a great job hugging the white line as they entered turn 1. Trey Hollywood is going to lose the most ground out of this battle. In my opinion, the middle line is not the place to be. Trey Hollywood just learned the lesson there, and now he's back into 5th, just trying to keep in the draft. All of these drivers doing a terrific job. And this is what the front of the second pack looks like. 2 round of 8 drivers leading the way here, and it's Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, Sean Lucas in the 51. No stage points in this race for Sean in the 51, so he ultimately needs to get up there and get himself a top 5 finish at the end of this, and maybe even hope for some of the other round of 8 contenders to have some problems in order for him to be above the cut line after this one. Giving a good push to Josh in the 7 car. They're looking to try to gain some ground on the lead pack before the end of this one. There are 3 round of 8 contenders, round of 8 playoff drivers in this pack of 5 cars. Josh Colm-Diaz, Sean Lucas, and Aiden Cody all trying to gain some ground back that they lost earlier. Timmy Brown in the 19, former Brickyard 200 winner in this series, went up and made contact with the outside wall a moment ago. We stayed green, but he's going to lose a couple of positions and ultimately lose the draft with this second group. The only non-playoff driver here in this pack of 4 now is the Canadian Emily Sari in the 54. She was eliminated in the round of 16. And the 51 of Sean Lucas went up and found the wall in the same spot, it looked like, as the 19 of Timmy Brown, and he's going to lose a couple of positions and may be in danger of losing the draft with the second group as well. if one or two more lose the draft with that second group, it's really no longer a group, and it's just all of them spread out and strung out around this racetrack. To the bottom goes Landon Jenkins, and this is for the race lead. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. has led the most laps in the final stage amongst all of these drivers, but amongst the entire race, the most laps led belongs to Landon Jenkins in the 10. Landon looking for that 4th win of the season. Jeffrey in the 61, Dustin Hardy in the 44, looking for their very first NASCAR MotorMaster Series wins tonight. Trey Hollywood in the 92, looking for his first win of the season. He has MotorMaster Series wins in his career, just none here in 2023. It'd be a great time to get one, and he knows it too. He's been in this stage before. He's made the round of 8 before. I don't believe Trey Hollywood has ever made it to a Final Four before, though, here in a NASCAR Series on a NASCAR Heat game. So it'll be interesting to see and watch his progression throughout the round of 8 and see how he handles it and see how he overcomes this pressure.
The way this lead group is battling each other, I'd be worried about eating up them tires, because they are. Because if you run it hard, you queue them up with about 5 laps left in your tank.
Ooh. Yeah, it's not over until the checkered flag waves, that's for sure. We're constantly being reminded here by our in-race reporter that the tire situation is looking a little doubtful as the final stage rolls along. Some of these drivers might not be conserving their tires at all, trying to go for the lead and maybe drive away or hold on to their track position. Others might just be kind of cruising with this group, saving their stuff and waiting to pounce towards the end. We have about 20 laps to go in the final stage. 13? Man, they click off quickly. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Without you, I'd be telling the viewers we have 15 to go, and all of a sudden the cars are slowing down in the back straightaway. It's happened. Oh, and I guess that's it then. Well. To the lead for the very first time tonight, Dustin Hardy in the 44 car. He's been battling up inside the top 5 for most of tonight. He made the switch over to iRacing, made his debut in the NASCAR Cup Series and NASCAR Royal Elite Series on iRacing just recently. And as soon as he made the transition, folks, it's weird. He started finding more speed and more success in NASCAR on NASCAR Heat 5. Won a pole award the very next week after making the switch full-time to iRacing, and now here he is leading laps at Las Vegas. Something that I believe he would even tell you wouldn't have happened just a couple of weeks ago. And I'll tell you, if he can keep the lead, he's getting a great push from Landon Jenkins in the 10. Depending on what his tires look like, he might have a shot to win this thing, especially if the 44 and 10 can start to drive away from the rest of this group like they have begun to do. Put about 4 or 5 car lengths in between themselves and Dustin Franklin in the 07 as of right now. Non-playoff driver looking to spoil the party here. He was eliminated in the round of 16, Dustin Hardy was, in the 44. Cars in this lead group, all 10 of them with a chance to go on out there and win the NOSSCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's the very first playoff race in the round of 8, round 33 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. It's the 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season in these Xfinity cars on a NASCAR Heat game. And we're getting down to it again, folks. Getting there. We're getting close. Almost time to crown another champion and make even more history yet again here in NASCAR on a NASCAR Heat game. Started it back in 2018 on NASCAR Heat 2 for this series. Here we are on Heat 5 in 2023. And you're right, in-race reporter Alex Tesdall, he warned us that Rush Downing and a couple of others, they might have pit too soon before, and they kind of showed some they kind of showed us a little bit that they aren't capable of going a full fuel run on the tires. And evidently that's holding true. Rush down and going to lose a lap here to the leaders, pitting under green. And back up front we go. We turn our cameras back to the battle for the lead with under 10 laps to go. And just a moment ago, Dustin Hardy in the 44 had the lead. Now it's Dustin Franklin in the 07 car leading the way. Landon Jenkins, Trey Hollywood right behind him in second and third. Dustin Hardy, Jordan Rout in fourth and fifth. Connor Brown in sixth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in seventh. Jesse Carlson in eighth. Alex Tesdall in ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 car. He's beginning to lose the draft with this lead group, but it might be by design, folks. We've been constantly reminding everybody of this. We're a little bit unsure about tires as we get closer and closer to the checkered flag in this one.
It's gonna be close, I can tell you that.
I'm cringing over here, and I'm up in the booth. I'm not even in one of these things. How many laps to go, Alex?
5 to go.
Oh, man. And if a tire goes, it's going to be big, because all of these drivers are so close together. They're so bunched up that if one of the front cars blows a tire, he's likely going to spin out, or he's likely going to reduce his speed drastically all at once. And it could create a big one here between the leaders. Four to go. So much on the line. Most of these drivers in this pack of 9 cars, this lead pack, are round of 8 playoff drivers. And a win locks you in to the next round, which is the final 4 at Homestead. Dustin Franklin looking to do just that. Landon Jenkins in the 10, Trey Hollywood in the 92. Same thing with them. They run second and third. If they get this win, they're locked in to the final 4. Same goes for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61.
20's around. He might have blew a tire.
I think he might have. There was minor contact between he and one other car, but I don't think it would have been enough to completely spin him out like that. And I think Jesse Carlson does have a tire down in the 20. We're coming around to 3 laps to go this time by.
2 to go this time by.
10-4. See, this is why I need you in the booth. 2 to go. Oh, Jordan Rout. Jordan Routen blows a tire front straightaway in the 18 car. Dustin Franklin drives right into him. Looked like he was trying to miss him.
Still green.
We are still green after this. We have 2 laps to go. And Jordan Routen still getting it fired up again on the front straightaway. That is a heartbreaker. He's definitely got a tire down. Now Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and Alex Tesdall.
44 might have a tire down.
Oh, yes he does. Dustin Hardy's going to pit road, actually, instead of trying to cause any problems on the track. The white flag has been shown to these drivers. Landon Jenkins, the leader, with Trey Hollywood in second, Connor Brown in third. We are on the final lap. Alex Tesdall just took 4th from Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Oh, Landon Jenkins has a flat. He spins on the coming out of turn
92.
2. Trey Hollywood has a flat. Alex Tesdall and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. just barely get through. And coming to the start-finish line.
No!
No way. Connor Brown just blew a tire and he came back across the track and he hits the 16 of Aiden Cody. Who's got it?
I think Juicy got off. Confirm in a second.
Please do. Wow, everybody blew a tire. Alex Tesdall had nowhere to go. He ran into another car, and now he's on pit road.
61 got it. He won.
Wow, he did. He did it. We saw him reducing his speed, and he let a few cars go. He even lost touch with the draft with the top 3. And we saw everybody blowing a tire within the last 2 or 3 laps. Landon Jenkins blew a tire. Trey Hollywood blew a tire. Connor Brown, Jordan Routen, Dustin Franklin. Everybody's tires popped. And Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 captures his very first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win, and what a time to do it. He clinches a spot in the final 4 at Homestead next week. And there's cars still on the racetrack trying to recover and trying to get their cars rolling again. don't forget photos of the results, Alex. What a wild finish that was. Alex, you had a front row seat for a lot of that. Did your tire pop or did you run into somebody?
Leading the dang thing off turn 4 and the tire goes. It hurts.
No doubt. We saw you pass Jeffrey for 4th at the time, so I knew that you were first in line amongst everybody that was trying to make it on tires. I knew that you were a bit iffy on it, and that was the telltale sign for me. You were almost in the catbird seat to win this thing. Man, what a race. What a finish. And so many times we've seen Jeffrey in the 61 come this close to a win in MotorMaster, and it never goes his way, ever. But finally, for the first time, it completely went his way. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is the winner here of the NASCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway here tonight. See if we can get him in here for an interview. Is he in this group chat with us? If not, can you quickly add him?
Yeah.
Thank you kindly. I cannot believe what we witnessed. So many drivers are cursing into the group chat right now. Not cursing, but just they're showing their displeasure because they were all so close to winning this one. Dustin Franklin, Trey Hollywood, some of them are some of the drivers that are commenting in the group chat right now. They were so close, man. Dustin Franklin, another one of those drivers looking for his very first NASCAR MotorMaster Series win. And he was one of the unlucky ones that blew a tire. The top 5 or 6 or 7 all blew a tire there within the last 3 laps. Some of them, most of them, it was on the last lap. And we should also point out that Emily Seri in the 54, the Canadian driver, ends up finishing in 4th. It's her new personal best finish in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. She did not blow a tire. That was a wild and eventful race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Always is, folks, but especially when it's a round of 8 playoff race. So much on the line for these drivers. Congratulations once again to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. He's got wins in NASCAR on NASCAR 15 and 1 win in the NASCAR Legend Series, 1 win in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series here now. He's got championships with us on NASCAR 15, GTA 5, and a couple of other places, Supercross a couple of years ago. And now he's got a shot, folks, to do it here on a NASCAR Heat game. He's going to compete for a championship at Homestead next Monday. Now we have him in here. Jeffrey, congratulations, buddy. You are the NASCAR Gaming 300 winner at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You have punched your ticket into the Final Four at Homestead Miami Speedway next Monday. Congratulations, buddy. What was going through your mind for those last 3 or 4 laps, watching everybody else struggle for grip and start to eventually blow their tires? The last caution of the race fell at a point where it made it very close for all of these drivers to make it on tires. Were you thinking about tires at all at the beginning of that last restart, or did you start to pay attention more as you got closer to the end of the stage? Did you know it was going to be a struggle? You've come so close to capturing this very first MotorMaster win. so many different times, especially on the mile and a half. So every time you come to the mile and a half, you know you have a good chance to park it in victory lane. You just got to overcome the obstacles like Landon Jenkins, Aaron Garcia. There's a couple powerhouse drivers you always need to deal with. What went differently for you tonight at Vegas? Was there anything that you did differently that maybe helped you get this win tonight? Absolutely you will, buddy. I'm sure he'll be there, and I'm sure he'll be there for Homestead next Monday as well. You did it, buddy. You punched your ticket into the Final Four at Homestead next Monday. Congratulations, and we'll let you go. Get ready for Phoenix now. Go get them. And that was wild. What a race, what a finish, and what a driver we have here in Jeffrey Robinson Jr. He's been with us for over 4 years now. He's won races with us. He's won championships with us. One of the nicer guys in the series. He'll always stop and help you. Runs his own team, Juicy J Motorsports in Toyotas. And it was great to see him finally park it in victory lane in a NASCAR MotorMaster Series race here tonight. We didn't know how it was going to unfold, Alex. We saw a little bit of everything in this one. We saw long runs, we saw short runs, we saw the outside line working, we saw the inside line working. We didn't see too much in the way of live green flag pit stops simply because a caution would always seem to fall right near the end of one of these runs. It's set up for a long run to the checkered flag, and it was just barely out of the reach for the tire life here tonight. And at the end of it all, Jeffrey wins the race. Sum up the race from your perspective, Alex. It was a wild one here at Vegas.
For me personally, it was a very up and down race this evening. Like, started all right, fell back to last at one point, clawed all the way back, right outside the top 10. And yeah, I'll be honest, this one stings. The checkered flag waving right in front of me, leading off turn 4. Tire just doesn't hold on.
Yeah, honestly, and I really don't blame you for having it sting. There was like 3 or 4 or 5 different leaders all on that last lap that probably all thought that they had it, and then boom, and all of a sudden they're sideways. What happened exactly to you at the end? Did you blow a tire and go down pit road, or did you blow a tire and run into another car, or what exactly happened?
Yeah, the tire went down right on the exit of turn 4, and the car slid down into the pits, and finished P6 on pit road, so it's still not a bad result, but man, that win was like literally like another 100 yards in front of me.
Yeah, it was right there. You could throw a baseball at the checkered flag and hit it, and I understand. I saw you, and I totally feel bad because I've been in those situations and those circumstances before, and it's never a fun time to lose a race by that little of a distance, that little of a margin. But congrats on a strong run tonight. Congrats on being a part of the discussion for the win here tonight. Several others simply did not have that luxury, and hopefully you can rebound and go get them at Phoenix.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, that's going to do it. I still can't believe what we just witnessed, folks. I really didn't expect any of this. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. wins the NASCAR Gaming 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Phoenix is coming up later tonight, and we will see Jeffrey for the championship next Monday at Homestead. From all of us here at NASCAR, we are saying so long, and until next time, stay fast, folks.